Hello and good evening. My name is John. We're here playing Rockwood Academy, The Missing Bully, as part of my Steam cleaning series where I go through every game in my Steam library eventually, then arbitrarily rate and or review them after a wee bit of playtime. Now, I don't quite know what this game is. I picked these games out at a random. But what I do know is the music at the main menu did not loop, so that's why it's silent. But the music was pretty good. Why don't we hit new game and find out what this is together. Yo, wizard, Harry! This is an owl delivering a letter to someone going to a train station. This is very reminiscent. Hey, look! It's a bunch of white kids. And a satyr. And... Stepping down from the train, you are so nervous, but at the same time taken back from the magical castle, standing in the very left. Okay, so we got a little reins swiping there. Oh, and then you pick with that. I like it. All students run towards the school hall. Are you ready to explore by your school? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Miss Maria. Hola! I see you're still a little confused. What's your name, hun? A or D? What? My first name is Steam. Can't tab. Get your tabs in there, people. Tab stops. Cleaning. Confirm. Got an achievement. That's great. How about I show you around? Sure. Thank you.
Follow me.
Bueno. Just follow me and I'll make you an expert. Wow. The school halls are magically connected, and you always end up back to the main library eventually. How does that work? The school, you didn't answer the question. How does that work? Basketball League Championship, Lorem Ipsum. Okay. The school gym names in here is surrounded by hardened defense wards because... Well, for reasons. Let's just say that. Wait, what? Maria, you're going way too fast. This is my advanced conjuration classroom right here. I'm sure I'll see you in here soon. Thank you for the walk, dear. I'll missing that. I teach you something to get you started in conjuration soon. I also have something to help you get around. I now have a spellbound compass. Oh, attack +1. Attack? Okay. Rockwood, the academy you've dreamt of entering since you are little, seems almost like a hallucination when it's presented before you. But there's no time to dawdle. You're late and the welcoming ceremony is about to begin, and there's no one here. Estrella, playing with her thumb, looking rather nervous. Sphinx, talking while petting his cat, which seems to be his familiar. In the first row is a girl who seems rather lonely, a seat coincidentally empty beside her, while another boy who seems rather out of place, sits by a vacant spot among the second years. First row. First matter decision. You sat down in the front row besides the nervous girl. You start to mirror her nervousness. She looks at you and smiles.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm making you nervous? I guess I have a bad habit of fidgeting. I'm kind of nervous too.
I'm Estrella.
Oh, okay. That must be your name. Anyway, it's perfectly fine. I'm Australia. Australia, by the way. And yes, I am from Africa. 20 cards flipped. Don't worry, I don't bite. I actually moved here with my family so many years ago. Do you like it here? Yes, I do actually, though I can't really compare that to that place. Don't really remember it at all. And now here I am. What's your name? You were suddenly cut off before you can say a word. The principal clears his throat, and now attention is all on him.
Greeting.
I like this guy's look. That's a scarf, little pocket. Although, isn't that usually... Is that flipped? It's time to find out which Rockwood house you'll join. The magic orb of insight will sort you out and declare which house you will attend. It's a clam. After more than half of the new students got sorted, got sorted, your name is called and you go forward. You touch the orb and thoughts fill your head. Are you more passionate or logistical? I am logistical. Thoughts of magic and responsibility fill your head. You are logical. Feel the orb probing your deepest thoughts for more information. Would you rather prefer a common room filled with friends or a quiet library to study? Oh, common room. Thoughts of a room filled with friends and food makes you happy. The orb pulses in a spectacle of light that illuminates the hall. Welcome to Tigeron. Oh, all right. The orb turns red, the color of House Tigeron. The Tigeron students cheer. Already day 7. First week. Wait, I just get to my dorms at the end of day 7? What am I doing the first 6 days? Where am I sleeping? You finally reach your dorms. After stumbling around for a little while, you see a group of first-year students gathering around the house prefect.
Greetings.
Oh, Charles. You're so dashing with those blue eyes and wavy blonde hair. Remember, everybody, stay on your best behavior. You won't want to lose points. Is this really just Harry Potter? Want to lose points. This year, we're going to snatch the house cup. Be nice to all housemates and don't be afraid to ask someone if you feel lost.
You can do it.
Or report to me if something goes wrong, and all in all, learn magic and have fun. The meeting seems to have ended just like that, a little shorter than you expected to. You see students approach you while everyone else dispersed, retreating to their rooms, so you decide to lead yourself properly. Say something quirky, I'm going to say something quirky. You walk forth, and while they say, but alas, we stand on the same side of the battlefield. I'm Steam, your fellow brethren. Are you always this weird? Pretty sure you weren't talking weird before. I prefer to call us quirky. Well, that's an interesting way to introduce yourself, but you already know me. I can't really top that now. It's a surprise we ended up in the same house, too. Not really based on how video games are made, but I'll go with it for the context of the narrative. I'm so lucky to see you in my face. I'm glad to see you here, too. At least I'm not as nervous now. My parents kind of warned me not to trust any students since I could be bullied. What? But you seem like a real nice person, so let's be friends if you want to be. Of course. Great. Let's sit together for lunch from now on. It'll be better to have a friend around. It appears you officially made a new friend. That will sure come in handy for the future, for sure. Why are days just ticking by? I don't understand this mechanic. He bids you goodbye for the day, and she runs off to her dorm. Soon you retreat yourself to settle down. Tidy up your belongings. So, I guess we're going through multiple stories? While you arrange your things in your designated table and wardrobe, Estella's hanging out on your bed watching silently. I'm glad I met you here. You're a really nice person. I'm glad to have you as a friend. Why did you choose to come here anyway? Just curious. I didn't choose this. My parents sent me here. Whoop, I turned too far and clicked off the screen. I see. Well, mine's a little different. It may have my own choice, but my hands were kind of forced. What do you mean? My family, we lived in a tribe far away, and I had to leave without my parents to learn more about magic. Specifically, magic from other places to elevate my family standing in the tribe. But I really want to learn too. I choose to do this. Chose to do this, I suppose. You're very mature. Thanks, I made my choice. This is going to help both me and my family. I'm fine with it. A day passed. That conversation took a day. We missed our dinner. She stops talking all of a sudden and glances around. She appears to be nervous for some reason. It took some time before she opened her mouth as we began in a softer tone. You're not bothered that I came from a tribe? Why would I be? There's a lot of people I interacted with don't trust tribes like mine. Many rumors revolve around evil witches hiding in tribes, keeping us alive, making us immortal or something. Really weird. Don't have any idea why they would say something like that without any factual evidence. They're not worth your time. You're right. I shouldn't take it to them personally right now. I can prove them wrong. Another day has passed in this conversation. We grow old and weary from conversing gently for idle chit-chat. Let's meet up every time after class. I would like to spend more time with you. Alright, sure. It's always smarter to find someone to hang out with, especially in the start of the year. Always smart. The bell rings. The bell rings 3 times. If you remember the words of the teachers from before, it should mean that it's curfew already. Well, I'll throw it in my own room. Have a good night, Steam. I don't want to... Why would I... No, I'm going to take divinatory science class. Hey, I don't want to judge, but I don't think that's school appropriate. Good morning, my little ones. Madame Nadia. Welcome to your first class of divinatory science. I am Madame Nadia, your teacher. First things first. Who had a dream last night? Raise your hand, please. Glance behind you and see a few raised hands. That's not a lot of them who actually dreamt. But you see someone familiar who did dream. You're more curious as to why your teacher would ask this question forever. Wonderful. Anyone want to share their dream? Don't be shy. In my class, you'll learn many things. One of them is not to be so shy around me. I tend to get to know each and every one of you fully by the end of this year. A day has passed during this class. Eric. Oh, that's the outline of the kid. He's the missing bully. I found him. Game over. Allow me, Madame Nadia. Last night I dreamt of starting a fire in my hands, and there are people all around me. They're upset they couldn't do it. Well, I could do it with such ease. There's a hint of smugness in his voice. You decide that this one could be very egotistic. Interesting. Now tell me, little one, are you angry? What? Why would you ask that? No, simple answer. Is that the end of your dream, or are you hiding something from me? He pauses instantly and stares at the teacher. He doesn't seem pleased with her question, but decides to answer truthful anyway. I might have lost control of the fire in my dream, and they all started to laugh at me. Alright, let me tell you something about yourself. You can't control your anger properly, and you're afraid of appearing weak. Is that correct? You don't have the answer? You don't have the answer. I know I'm right. Dreams are very peculiar. You'll notice you might remember details of one. That's what you try to interpret. The things in the dreams that stood out in your head for some reason. This is a glimpse of what mastering my class can give you, but it's advanced, so start simple. A homework it is! A homework! All the students groan collectively when they hear that. Homework on the first week is very tiring indeed. Go back, look at out your window at the night. Draw whatever shapes you see from the stars, pick unique ones. Bring it back next week and we'll start interpreting those. For now, let's talk more about dreams. Who's next? Nope. So, the jumping between locations and settings seems a little rough. I don't know. Professor Saturus. Must be rough having your last name based after the fact that you're a satyr. Welcome everybody to your first ever combat magic class. I'm your teacher, Professor Saturus. Here you'll learn how to defend yourself and hopefully not attack others. Now remember, I expect the best from all of you unless you want to lose your house some points. Better try hard in my class, I hate slackers. Let's start simple. Basic pyrokinetic spell will do. Light the target before you as such. Careful not to burn your uniform though, that happened before. Oh, Ignito. You learned Ignito. Cool's easy. This seems a bit dangerous at first years, right? Not really. I like this. Seems pretty easy when Professor Saturus demonstrated a few times, making sure everybody gets to see it. Summer basketball tournament. $150 a team. Alright. All day. Despite that, you find yourself struggling. Try to light a small target on fire, but you would muster your wand from a pathetic spark that fizzes out immediately. Yes. This is basic, not difficult at all. Check out this, guys. Perhaps you can enough asking fellow students who seem familiar with the spell. So the teacher is always able to... Let's ask the teacher. I'm not afraid to ask the teacher. Deciding against asking Eric, who seems rather arrogant, you wait until Professor Terrace is close enough before laying on your questions. Having trouble? It's fine. First timers usually would. Straighten your wrist and calm your mind. Be nervous, we'll mess it all up. Magic is about imagining. He starts playing the spell once more, helping you with the incantations, telling you to give it another try. You focus once more at the target before you. With a flick of your wrist and a smooth verbal casting, a flame bursts out at the exact spot you will it to. See, you're doing just fine. Slips-ups are bound to happen. I set my brother's hair on fire the first time I tried it. Don't tell him you know that. He's not going to be happening. Thank you, Professor. With that, he turns away and walks back to the front of the class to announce...
Very well.
Good job, kids. Everyone's doing just fine. Remember to practice when you're free and don't hurt yourself. We are 3 weeks in. The usual break has been the usual break time, and you're simply wandering around when you hear something peculiar.
Stop.
Okay, bully. Don't you dare think about getting in my way. You're a nobody. There, Cersei. You're not even that great at magic, so you don't go around telling people you're the kid of a strong witch. You don't deserve that title. Your dead mama is... Whoa. It's probably disappointed at you. Eric, my dude. He decided this has gone a bit too far with his word, wanting to break it up and help the poor student he is attacking. You approach the scene without hesitating, but Stella, who's been walking beside you, stops suddenly.
Let's go.
Don't do something stupid. Let's just leave. Eric's a bullet and we aren't able to help. I will not stand by this. Boldly make your way towards Eric and stand in front of him, blocking her. blocking her from the poor. You boldly make your way towards Eric and stand right in front of him, blocking him from the. Yeah, that's a typo. Immediately, you tell Eric to back off and leave the girl alone, threatening to inform the teacher if he fails to comply. Who do you think you are to threaten me like that? Just leave her alone. Move out of the way, says Eric.
You'll regret that.
You'll regret making this decision, I tell you. I'll make you regret it. And with that, Eric goes to back off, surprisingly. After he left, you turn around and check on the bullied student.
Thank you.
Ah, thank you for that. I didn't think anybody would do that. Eric is pretty scary. Hope I don't take his words to heart. He's just being mean.
Nice to meet you.
Of course I won't. Well, anyway, I'm Cersei. Nice to meet you both. Thanks again. I won't forget that. You're welcome. Bye. He walks off waving goodbye. You're in better mood now as you walk with Estrella. More combat. Let's take our classes. Okay. I was not expecting this to be our teacher. It's Mad Eye Mooney. Potion Professor Quinn. Keen. Potions usually stored in large amounts, useful especially when one needs to conserve their energy for other spellcasting. It also makes discrete methods of affecting someone either positively or negatively. My god. This history lesson or what? It's so boring. Estrella, come on. He's talking for a long time, and he hasn't got the good part yet. I really want to know what Brew Praise is right now. Don't whine, be patient. Just complaining again, so you tune her out for a short moment to focus back on the teacher. You want to learn, of course, but also feeling disappointed that there won't be a lot of chances to learn how to brew potions. I see you're all bored at this point, but it's important to fully understand the concept behind something. Perhaps if you all behave, I'll teach you something different for one. I'm sure you'll appreciate that. So now, bear with me. Homework will be more than exciting, I assure you. If it means we can get blindly brew a potion as homework, I'm happy, though I doubt it. Estella is pouting again. You chuckle softly at that and nudge her, wanting her to sit properly instead of slumping at the table. Focus on what he says. What he says may come out in the exam. I know I shouldn't whine, but I really was looking forward to potions. I've been seeing it all over the place in my tribe. And my grandma would always let me watch when she makes potions. Estrella, listen up. I promise you'll get to brew potions. Next year, that is. A wail of protest rises from all the students, though the teacher doesn't seem very bothered by it. That is why we'll have all of you prepare for next year. Trust me. I intend to make you perfect every... Oh. Okay. I intend to make all of you perfect every single potion I have to teach. Also, I know that I have a very high standard when it comes to potions. To get you all mentally prepared, here's your homework. He grabs a bag from his desk and starts walking around the classroom, handing a small pouch to each student. You now have dittany seeds. In there you'll find some seeds. Plant it. Some of you will have the same type, but there is a variety. You will be your own source of ingredients for potions. Better hope your classmate doesn't mess up their plants, or there'll be a shortage of herbs when we're having our class next year. High quality herbs make all the difference in brewing potions. Decide how potent and useful a potion is. Care for your plants well. I shall inform you when to bring a sample of your plant, possibly in 4 months. And we'll have much to discuss and prepare for next year. Glance at Estella, gently open the pouch you have in your hand. The seeds you're given are elongated, yellowish green in color. Estella seems to have scored herself the most generic of seeds. Brown, small, nothing special at all. Did he just give us a homework that's going to last until next year? I quite like this arrangement. I guess we're planting as soon as we get back to our dorm room. Just great. Really good practice. Stay in Posy. Rockwood is known to be a place where... So am I getting like random mini stories? I don't... Rockwood is known to be a place where great wizards and witches graduate from. It is old with centuries of stories, histories, and rumors. Students are bound to talk about one of those things. That's how you heard of the most strange of rumors. You're headed back to your house commons room when with your bestie Estrella, when these words reach your ears. Young Guy. As a matter of fact, I know that the back garden is a place of bad omen. No one goes there anymore.
Really?
But why? It's just run down and old. No one tends to it, that's all. That's where you're wrong. I heard a lot of students went missing there, so they closed it off. That's a load of bull. The school is safe. You read too much storybooks. Let's go. That easily caught your attention, and of course Estella seemed rather intrigued as well.
You heard that?
Heard that something about senior talked about something like that before? Missing student? Yeah, that. Well, I'm sure it's nothing. Sounds sketchy. So you want to check it out or something? Adventure, let's go. Alright, let's go over right away. Remember to keep quiet and don't tell anybody. With that, he leads you over to the back garden. The two of you stand at the door leaning outside staring. Back garden is an absolute mess. Grass growing all over the place and vines creeping all over the available surface, strangling whatever items left there.
Wow.
Wow, they aren't kidding when they say this place is run down. I suppose we look around a little more. The two of you walk down the steps into the back garden and you start to admire it a little more. The back garden is full of life and the air here is almost intoxicating too. Quite nice compared to any other place in the academy. This place is quite nice. Would be even more beautiful if someone bothered to clean the place a bit. You easily agree with her opinion. You wander a little further out and a strange flower species catching your attention. It appears the forest is directly behind the mess of a garden. You wonder what could be hidden in that forest out there as you draw closer until suddenly you feel yourself freeze in place. Uh-oh. A pair of glowing eyes stare at you from behind the shrubs. You were about to warn Estella when it let out the most horrifying screech ever. A scream is ripped from your throat and Estella as you two bolt from the hallway again, hearing another pair of footsteps follow from behind. You didn't stop until you reached the common room. What was that? Oh, sorry, you said that, Estella. You couldn't answer, so the two of you decide to forget about it and start studying, vowing not to mess with the back garden again. Take Advanced Conjuration class. We're already on Advanced? Hola, my students. I hope you all are ready for more fun today. I know I am. This time we're going to do something very simple. Wisps, gentle sparks of flame. Teacher points her backboard where a summoning circle is drawn. It's extremely simplistic. Before that, draw this on your notes first. This is important. See these symbols along the inside? These can be changed in the future, but that is after you learn what these. That is after you learn what these learn. But these are? You'll know when you have Julian's class. I have learned Wisp. For now, this is all you know. Take 10 minutes to draw it. Make it as accurate as possible, please. Proceeds to walk around the classroom, guiding anyone who's having trouble with it. Estrella takes a chance to look towards you, watching you draw first. It really isn't hard and usually copied into your notes. You seem to know what you're doing. Have you learned this before? I've seen it in a book before. Oh, really? You must have been a really fast learner to remember something. Remember that too, especially considering our age. I just guess lucky, I guess. 200 cards flipped. Is that all the achievements? I'm gonna take a quick here. 500 cards. There's a lot more stuff going here. It says chapter 1 though, and that's where the achievements end. Is this a multi-chapter? Okay. Eventually, the class moves on, and she's teaching the incantations to summoning a wisp. Copy it down on your notes first before grabbing the chalk she has passed around and draw on your table. See if you can do it. You chant the spell smoothly, like you have practiced a million times before the exact class. Summoning circle glows, and flakes of a new fluorescent chalk float up, gathering together for a tiny golden wisp. Oh, already managed to summon one? Wonderful work, Steam. 10 points for your house. Wow, you got it in one try. Teach me. I can't summon mine. You smile and turn to Estrella, guiding her along so she can summon hers while the one you conjured stayed in place on top of your desk. Class moves on, eventually comes to an end. Alright, children, remember the wisp will fade with due time. Say your goodbyes and clean up the dust they leave behind. Come on, let's see what these wisps can do before they disappear. You allow Ellis to pull you along, your wisp also mingling with her own blue light. Eric's the bully. Combat advice. You take a deep breath and enter the lines, and it's not like you don't like him, but you've noticed that it's something unnerving speaking to him. Like other teachers, he has his own office in the main building. The interior design really says a lot about his personality. In your head, only one word emerges: chaotic. Well, look, you're here to bother me. Steam, come closer. No need to be shy. You're already in here. Without knocking, too. Not that I mind a lot. Any specific reason for the visit? Well, I simply need some advice. How little old me can offer you combat advice at most, not likely to be some kind of kid that you should be worried about. Have you tried someone else like my brother? Combat advice is what I'm looking for. He grows silent all of a sudden and simply stares at you in the eye. It's impossible to decipher his expression. You start to get nervous the longer he stares at you. The room is pin drop silent. And the tension grows until... That's something I'd like to hear. Tell me more. I need combat advice. Well, for all I know, this isn't related to any exams at all, so care to let me sleep? I want to protect my friends. Explain to him how useless you felt when you encountered a bully in the past, that you're unable to protect your friends. Good, good. You haven't ceased to amaze me. In case you didn't know, you're already my favorite. There's really a strange gleam in his eye. Something about it seems mischievous, kind of dangerous. But he's your teacher, you can trust him. Just like the rest. I like your answer a lot. Reminds me of the young me, you know? My brother absolutely hates it whenever I get in a fight, and it does happen very frequently. I can't really blame him for getting tired of my antics. A lot of adults would complain about me a lot, too. I'm naturally good with combat magic, which is strange to most of my teachers. They would watch me fail horribly in conjuration, inscription, and such, but if it's combat magic, that's too natural. He used to hate it, but I guess eventually gave up trying to make me change. Because you see, it takes a lot of effort to come to terms with something that seems second nature to you. Not in my case. No, I embraced it. Quicker than anybody. Everyone. Put me way above the rest when I started to focus on it even more. Now I'm kind of useless in the other magic prowess, maybe regretting it a bit now, but oh well. Speaking of talent, you don't have any. What? Speaking of talent, you don't have any. I'll be honest, you're really bad at magic. However, I do know one thing. You're born with much of it. However, I do know one thing. You're born with much of it, yet you simply cannot wield it. It's only to learn, and I know some shortcuts users guarantee it's pretty good. What's that? Tell me. No can do, kid. My shortcut, find your own. Not fun to help if I can help you. No, not fun if I can help. Not fun if I help you cheat. I want to watch you grow. That's what's fun. Thug, you know this. I got some help here and there. Sacrifices are made when I think it's worth it in the end. He stops suddenly and pushes some papers on his desk to the side, moving a book to weigh them down. Your eyes follow his hand. Seems to be papers regarding a plan of sort. His shortcut paper. Enough about that. Let's get to your part where you get advice from yours truly. Listen up. There are the words of an experience. These are the words. There's some typos in here. Listen up. This are the words of an experienced fighter. It'll do you well to remember all of it. Okay. But it just ended. Ah. Oh? Fired spells. Items. What is this? Oh. Okay. Flutter Toad, Everentrine, and Dragon Scale. Select 5 spells, magic items. Defeat people in battle. Okay. Talk to Eric. Remember what happened to Cersei upsets you, especially when you see Eric acting so arrogant around other students. Decide this time to approach him and talk to him about it, right to his face. He may be flanked by his own friends, but you're not afraid. They don't really speak a lot anyway. They're not really a problem. And as I said, they aren't a threat to me. Always at the top of my class. Plus, unlike me, I'm a caliber way beyond their imagination. Not like they have a chance catching up. Are you always so arrogant? What did you say to me? He turns suddenly to face you when you say that loudly behind him. He looks absolutely... So you're back for a taste of my superiority after that day. You must be out of your mind. You know what I am? I'm everything everybody wants to be. You can keep dreaming if you think you can best to it one day. Stop bullying other students. Or what? What can you do to me? My father is a very powerful wizard. He is influential. I can get you expelled. You shouldn't rely on him too much. Jealous that you don't have anyone to go to? Boo-hoo. Just step aside, Squirt. You can't compare to me. He shoves you to the side and keeps walking. His two friends turn laughing as they follow on Eric. You run up to stop him, but not quite done with him yet. Why are you like this? What's the matter to you? I act as I please because I'm strong. You're weaker than me like everyone else. But I don't have to listen to anything you say. You pose no threat, so just move out of the way before I kick you away like the hell you are. This time you choose to back away on your own will. He doesn't bother to glance at you. You hear him talking to his friend again, and you realize it's impossible to talk to him anymore from now on. Forget about the encounter, though. You at least know that he's born in a rich, powerful family. Remember to be careful. Alright, search for material in the library. Okay. While researching summoning spells in the library, you pull the wrong book by accident. The arcana looks dangerous. It reminds you of some magical tales of cursed powerful tomes. Carry a battle. Take the tome. How could you not read a book like this? You smuggle the book out of the library and take it back to your room. The other night, you flip this book and find a peculiar spell. It reads, as you read it, it hurts your head. Cast the spell! You learn Ulrak Centauri. Read the spell out loud for a second and it happens, but then you hear someone lets out a shriek from the room. Oh no! Estrella! Estrella comes in your room with the ram horns growing on her head. What have you done? Why do I have horns? Oh, I'm sorry. What? So what did you do? It's a spell book. Come and see this. A restricted book? So cool. Alright, if you share the book with me, then I won't tell anyone. Yes, deal. But you have to help me get rid of these tomes. Still think they look great. Bella has the horns removed and promise to keep your secret. You have the tome of Alzor's Charms. Attack +2. Am I ever going to fight something? I want to get in a fight. It's break time, so you decide to spend time alone. You wanted to practice that? I don't know if that's spelled right. I can't tell. Luckily for you, the courtyard is completely empty, so Luckily for you, the courtyard is completely empty. So you toe the middle of it and start practicing. When you're in the middle of chanting the next spell, when you hear footsteps behind you, immediately you turn around and see who it is. Wand raised cautiously and ready to defend yourself. It appears to be a third-year student. He smiles at you sheepishly as he approaches slowly.
Hey, buddy.
Vasco! Your tie's a little short, buddy. Hi there, Junior. Didn't mean to startle you. I saw you practicing, so I wanted to see if I can do anything to help. Name's Vasco, by the way. I'm a third-year student, as you can see. Oh, and one more thing. You really shouldn't practice alone. You're supposed to be supervised. If a stricter teacher catches you, you'd be in so much trouble. Thank you for warning me. Don't worry, I won't snitch. I'm just here to inform you before that happens. Can you supervise me then? Well, technically I can't do that, but your house prefect can, so maybe ask him next time. I admire your boldness to ask, and while I can't be your supervisor, I can still secretly teach you something. Basketball teaches to show you a spell that's supposedly only taught to third years. What are these spells? It's not actually that hard. You get after you try. You learn this arming spell, Liberamus. A lot of potential. You learn quickly. I'm almost jealous. Oh, and before I forget, there are clubs that you can join. Your teacher will tell you eventually, but feel free to come by the combat club and see me. I'll tell them to let you join since you seem to like combat spells a lot.
Goodbye.
See you around, kid. Don't be afraid to look for me if you have any trouble with any spells. As he bids you goodbye before leaving the courtyard, you keep your wand and head back. Keep your wand and head back. As he bids you goodbye before leaving the courtyard, you keep your wand and head back to your dorm room. I've always wanted to learn a little more combat. Do you think it'd be fun? Don't you think so, Sam? Yeah, I think you're right. I'm sure you can get this right. I've always cast it properly. You try it now. Just pretend it's someone you really hate in front of you and then zap. You'll disorient him and you can take advantage of it. You're doing fine until someone bumps into you and the spell hits Connor instead, catching him off guard, causing quite a scene all of a sudden.
Ouch!
Hey, who did that? Professor, something with the spell. Carefully move away from the Connor, lowering your wand before turning to see who's actually bumped into you.
Oops.
Smirking. Oops, you should be more careful there. Professor Sartorius approaches, wanting to find out what exactly happened to cause this ruckus. He doesn't like his class disrupted. What happened here? Who cast this spell on another student? Steam did. I saw her cast it on another student. She didn't even apologize. Is that true, Steam? You know casting on another student is quite defensive, right? I'm sorry, Professor Sartorius. I'm glad you chose to say that. Very well. I'll let you off luck this time. Apologize to your student hurt. Yes, sir. Back to practicing. Nothing to see here. Focus on your own wand. Team, focus on the target. Everyone is bound to slip up sooner or later. Don't blame yourself. Just remember, be more careful next time. Remember to keep an eye out for your surroundings around. With that, the teacher walks away, returning his post in front of the whole class, screaming at his teacher. That's what you get for helping those losers. Next time, just stay out of my way.
You'll regret that.
But if you don't, I'm going to make it worse for you. You're going to regret it. Bully leaves you alone as well. He must have been trying to get back at you since the last incident. least for now, he isn't going to bother you anymore. Might as well use this time to practice more. So, I feel that the randomness of these choices here are disjointed. I don't know if those hand symbols actually meant anything for that, but they do feel a bit disjointed. Overall, I've been enjoying the setting and theme. I really, really want to do a combat, considering I have a lot of achievements. There's 7 creatures, 12 spells, items, and there's a bunch of different stories I can learn. We're gonna explore with Strella. I have a chance to actually wander around the campus by ourselves. It's always been my dream to study here. I suppose you can say that. You walk side by side along the corridors. You come across a doorway that leads outside. It seems to be a field with a building down more beaten stone paved path. If you could guess, it looks like a barn. Oh, look at that! Never seen up close before. Come on, Steve. You're so energetic as usual. He races ahead of you, eagerly following the only path leading up to the barn. Doors are very large, though only closed loosely, as if tempting you to enter. Strella was, of course, the one who reached out on the door. Look at it. At her gentle yet awe-filled explanation, you allow your eyes to wander and take in the sight. Countless animals reside in this very barn, all well cared for by the looks of it. No one else is around, though a pair of intelligent eyes are staring into your very own. Oh, look at this guy! It's a griffin! Oh. I'm now going to defeat the griffin. I don't want to fight it. Welcome to Mythical Creature Challenge. Use your spells and items collected during your journey to smartly counter different moves sets of each other. Outcome of the battle will not affect your storyline. Pick up to 3 spells, 6 items, finish. Done. Okay. Okay. Enemy turn. Okay. I don't know what this does. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So, a little under leveled. All right. So I slowed him down, but I have to do so. It also slowed me down. Okay. All right, I might win this time. Hey, we win! Yes. The combat's not. The creature revealed itself to be Owl Griffin that once stood magnificently and stood right in front of Strella. Wow, Steam! Ever seen some magic creature? No, I haven't. Beautiful. Guess we are lucky to study here. We can come here every day. After a louder explanation, the griffin moves away, Sensitive to sounds, perhaps, it now approaches you and reaches out to pet it. Just in time to fluff its feather and a single one float down to the ground. Pick it up and decide to keep it. A small souvenir. Owl Griffin Feather. It's an item. Heal +1. We shouldn't stay here for too long, I guess. I want to go back to your dorm room so we can complete our homework. Walk around a little more. Alright, let's go. Bye, beauty. We'll come by and visit sometime. She waves at the own griffin and skips outside first. You reach over to pet it one last time, following behind your friend. The owl? Oh, it should have been Owl Griffin. The owl griffin stays there, staring at the now open door, but doesn't leave. Instead, it hooks a claw around the handle of the door and closes it. Okay. This has been Rockwood Academy. It's a visual novel with a tiny bit of a combat engine and some interesting characters and decent visuals and very Harry Potter style. Overall, I like it, but it does need some polish. Let me just double check. I would hate to be dunking on it if it was still in early access. I don't think it was. Door page. It is not early access. Yeah. It is only $3, so take that part of the thing. So, yeah, overall, I like it. How do I save? Cheers.